Yo, what's going on? It's D-Man. Today we are talking about the fall 2018 anime season. I'm kind of late on this video. The winter season is right around the corner, literally starts in a couple days, but I did want to talk about the fall anime 2018 season because it was really good. It might have been the best season of 2018. In my opinion, it was that. So let's go ahead and talk about the shows that I watched, the shows that I enjoyed. Now, a few shows on here you will not see for a couple reasons. One, it's long running and we already know about them, so we know about JoJo's, or some shows I just haven't got to yet, and I'll explain that at the end. And some shows, they're just bad. You hate to see it, but it happens. It was just bad, so it is what it is. So let's go ahead and talk about the shows I enjoyed. It's my first time doing this type of video, so they'll get better with time. So let's start with Bunny Girl-senpai. I'm giving this anime of the season alert. I really enjoyed this anime. It starts with a high school student named Sakuta who is trying to help the people he come across cure what they call puberty syndrome. Now, this is very Monogatari-esque. I got that vibe from this anime. You will hear that comparison a lot, and it's a really good comparison. This isn't a regular sickness that people are experiencing in this anime. People are disappearing from people's memories. People are splitting into two. We have some people that can't move on to the next day, and Sakuta has to figure out why. It's a very mysterious anime. No matter how the cover may come off, no matter how the synopsis may come off, it's very intriguing. So it starts with Mai, and Sakuta meets Mai, and she's going through this puberty syndrome. Now, I'm not going to spoil everything. Like I said, I want you to watch it. Just know that this is a challenge for Sakuta, and not only just with Mai, but with everyone he meets. The characters are really good. Mai is really good. Sakuta, he's not the normal beta male protagonist. He's very serious, very mature in the way he handles things, but at the same time, you get flashes that, you know, he's goofy, he's still a high school student. Very likable characters. The soundtrack is really good. Animation is really good. This show is the anime of the season for me. A great romantic comedy mystery anime. Next up, we have The World in Colors. And once again, anime of the season alert. And I know I said that before, but you can have multiple anime of the seasons because these anime, they're good enough to where you have to watch them. It's the story of a mage named Hitomi, and she lost her sense of color at a young age, and now she lacks emotion, and she hates using magic. Now, her grandmother, who loves using magic, sent her to the past. She did not tell her why she sent her to the past, and she did not tell her how to come back from the past. So Hitomi is stuck in the past, but the good thing is she meets a younger version of her grandmother, and this whole adventure helps Hitomi. There are moments where she can see colors. There are moments where she loves to use magic. As a mage, you have to love to use magic, right? But man, this whole adventure, like, I'm a fan of time traveling. I'm a fan of just mental healing. I love seeing that in anime. And did I mention that this anime has the same director of Nagi no Asukara? Like, hello? It's like, you gotta watch that one and then this one. There's a stigma around, you know, magic girl anime, but this one doesn't fit into the stigma. It actually breaks it in a good way. It's a great adventure, and if you haven't watched it, I definitely recommend checking it out. One of the better anime of fall 2018 is that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Now, it starts with the most simple main character I've seen in a while, 37-year-old Satoru. But don't get used to saying his name. Don't get used to his face because he is killed in the first episode and he is reincarnated as a slime. And you have to see why he was reincarnated as a slime. I haven't laughed at a death scene that much since, like, Angel Beats, before the true ending of Angel Beats. But man, this anime is funny. It's a trip. It's a fantasy type anime with RPG gaming elements. So if you're into gaming and fantasy anime, I definitely recommend checking it out. Now, honestly, I'm not into those genres of anime. I'm not. But this one, you know, I watched the first episode. I was interested. I kept watching it, and I stayed interested. He learns skills, and those skills pay the bills, man. All the characters are funny. It's just a good show, a fun watch. You know, just a show that's fun to watch. I can't ask for anything else. Now, it would be a crime if I didn't talk about Bloom Into You. And I definitely recommend this as a romance anime, but I will give a warning because I know how some people feel about it. It is Yuri, and so if you're not into that, you know, it is what it is. But personally, I don't mind if it's not just OD like Sakura Trick. Like, I could not finish that, or even a show like Citrus. That was just, But as a romance anime, Bloom Into You is a really good show. When it comes to the animation, the music, the characters, the situations, and how they deal with them, I really enjoy Bloom Into You. So it'll be wrong to leave this show out of the list, out of the video, just because people will be like, well, D-Man, you watch those type of shows? So like, even if it's like Yuri on Ice, you know, I enjoyed that show as an anime. And so as an anime, this is a good show. And that's all I can say about it. It's a good romance show, and that's low-key, one of my favorite genres. So if you can get over that and just want to watch a good show, this is it. You know, Bloom Into You. It's a nice little watch. It's not long at all, and it kept me interested all the way through. So let's go ahead and switch up the pace a little bit. Now we have sports anime, which a lot of people are asleep on sports anime. I don't get it. You talk to people about it, and they're like, well, I don't like sports in real life. Why would I watch a sports anime? That's, man, it's weird to me. But next up, we have Run with the Wind. And honestly, at first glance, I thought it was like a Haiku spinoff, but it's actually its own show, and it's actually a really decent show. I enjoy any type of sports anime, to be honest. I haven't seen that many bad ones. But it starts off with a group of college students. They're all living in a dorm. You know, the price is too good to be true, too good to turn down. When you're a university student, I understand. But it turns out it was a big finesse. The owner of the dorm came out and said, if you're staying here, you have to run in a 100-mile marathon. And thus the adventure begins. Of course, they were against it at first, but it shows their journey of getting prepared for this ridiculous marathon. As always, in these type of animes, there are going to be funny moments, there are going to be serious moments. One of the main characters, actually, he's a runner. He used to run, and you will think he would jump on this opportunity, but everything isn't what it seems. Also, shout out to this anime for having a regular black guy. You don't see that in anime a lot, you know, just a regular black guy. I appreciate that. I promise you I do. Next up, we have Tsurune, which is an archery anime, another sports anime. And I did not know I needed this type of anime in my life until this one came out. It starts off with a high school freshman named Minato who ran away from the sport of archery after middle school for certain reasons I don't want to spoil. But in high school, he gets finessed into joining the archery club, and they try to win the prefect tournament. Man, fall 2018, the finesse season. But let me tell you why I love this anime so much. It covers sports anxiety, which is a real thing. I'll go through it. It covers sports anxiety, and he's very anxious when it comes to archery. He's good, but because of the things that happened in middle school, he cannot bring out his true potential all the time. And so this archery anime talks about, once again, mental healing when it comes to sports, and also, you know, the typical slice of life, friendship, high school anime. But at the end of the day, it's really good. I enjoy this show. Most of the shows I watch, I'll say it's cool. You know, it's not bad. It's not a masterpiece, but it's cool because it was just a good watch. And this is one of those shows. Now, a character in this show, I don't know if they did it on purpose, but they called him Kachan, and he acts just like Bakugo from My Hero. So, I mean, that's a bonus. Kinda wild how that happened, but it's still a bonus. Now we have Release the Spice, an anime that no one was talking about, but I found it fun. I thought it was a fun anime. It starts off with Momo, who is kind of quiet, kind of to herself, but she becomes recruited by a private intelligence agency, and man, these girls are badass. I like that in the show, man. It's actually wow how badass they are, and now they have to bring down a crime organization. And so when it comes to Spice, it's kind of like a power-up in the show. They eat Spice, and their full potential is unleashed. Actually, they go beyond their full potential, and they have to bring down global crime organizations. This is just a fun show. If you want to see some fighting, if you want to hear some dope music, I mean, I'm a fan of bass, right? Man, the bass in this show, the music in this show is A1. If anything, watch it for that. But overall, I felt the show is, like I said, okay. It's not a masterpiece, but it's not bad. If you're bored one day and just want to see something, check it out. Just check it out. Give it a chance. I know it's something that most people probably won't be interested in, but the goal of this channel is to put you onto a genre that you don't normally watch. That's what I want to do, because I'm all over the place with my anime. So if I can do that for you, it's a W for me. Release the Spice, I recommend it. It was cool. The next anime that came out in fall 2018 that was an okay watch was Gridman. Everybody loves their trigger mecha anime. It starts off with Yuta, who actually starts the series with amnesia, so it was already pretty intriguing when that happened because we don't know anything. We We know what he knows. We literally know nothing about the show. He sees a Gridman in the computer, and a Gridman is basically this mecha robot, and he's the only person that can see him. When he goes outside, he's the only person that can see this Kaijo, which is an enormous beast. And so, if you've seen Pacific Rim, that movie series, it kind of reminded me of this. But once again, when it comes to mecha anime in general, I'm not the biggest fan because everything reminds me of Gundam or Evangelion. You know, even Darling in the France, it was a lot of Evangelion in that show to me. But overall, Gridman, it was a decent watch. I'm surprised I did not get bored with it. I'm not gonna just flat out recommend it, but if you're into mecha anime, why not? Next up, we have Golden Kamuy 2. Is that how you say it? Probably not, man. I cannot wait to talk about this because this is the second season of an anime that, once again, a lot of people do not talk about. It's a treasure hunt, it's a war story, it is a violent adventure. In a good way. It talks about Sachi the Immortal. That's what they call him. Why do they call him that? Watch the show. I don't want to spoil anything. But it's during a post-war gold rush, and Sachi stumbles across a map that leads to a bunch of gold. Now, of course, if he has the map, if he knows about it, everybody else in the show knows about it, and everybody he's gonna fight knows about it. Man, it's just a rush. Like I said, it's a war story, it's an adventure, it has mythological elements to it, which is always good. A lot of people talk about the CGI, but I mean, there are moments where you just, you know, flat out notice the CGI, but I'm not one of those people that really cares. If you're one of those people that want to have an adventure with the anime, you want to have a good time, but also need to see people throwing hands or shooting or chopping off body parts, this might be the show for you. Go ahead, fire it up, follow Sachi the Immortal on his quest to find gold. Now we have what? Hey, don't look at me like that. Do not look at me like that. Yes, this is Sword Art Online, and I know the reputation it has, but it's something about this arc. This arc is actually not annoying, and I know some people don't like Kirito, some people don't like Asuna. You know, a lot of people find reasons to not like Sword Art Online, but I feel like this arc in particular is a reward for the people that just stuck with the anime. You know, I'm not a person that read the manga or light novels for Sword Art, but, you know, if we're just talking anime, I thought this was okay. It was an okay Sword Art anime. And even then, when we talk about Gun Gale, I thought that was decent. I think the Sword Art series is getting better with time. Even though the first half of the first season wasn't that bad to me. Same with the first half of Gun Gale. But even then, I feel like the Sword Art series is getting better. And this series that launched in fall 2018 was watchable. I'll say that. It was watchable. And there were moments I enjoyed about it. Of course, you need to watch the other series to understand moments about this one. You know, it all ties in together. Of course, we know that. But man, I'm just glad to see a good Sword Art. You know, that's all I can say. So those are the anime I really enjoyed in fall 2018. But hold on, I know you're asking about a few anime I already know. I'm gonna talk about them right now. I promise you. Whatever you're thinking about, I'm probably about to talk about. So a few anime I left off, like I said, we already know about it. We know about Fairy Tail. Yeah. We know about JoJo's, we know about Tokyo Ghoul. But a few anime that I have not finished or even started yet, but I will talk about later. So be on the lookout for those videos. We have Goblin Slayer. I started this, it's only 12 episodes. I started it, haven't finished it yet. I mean, 2018 was pretty stat, but so far it's enjoyable. Next up, we do have Zombieland Saga. It's different. You know, I'm not a fan of idol anime, but you know, it has a twist where these girls are actually dead. We might finish that one later for sure. We also have the third season of a certain magical index. I haven't started it yet, but I'm kind of looking forward to it. I watched the first season a while back, and at this point, it's like I'm in too deep. I might as well keep going with it. So those are a few that I watched in fall 2018 and I plan to watch. In the comments below, let me know what else I should put on my list. I feel like everybody has a list. Let me know what you enjoyed, what you did not like. Really, the only anime in this season I say stay away from is Conception. I mean, what was the point of that? But all the other ones I still have to give a chance. So I have more of these coming out. They'll probably be more organized in the future. Overlays, graphics, like episode number or where you can watch it. If you want to see that in the video too, let me know. But man, fall 2018 was that. I enjoyed it. Winter is right around the corner, and winter 2019 is looking really impressive. So I'll be talking about that soon. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Peace.